Hello, world, family, and friends. It's me, your host, the E Factor Radio Show. I know you're thinking, wow, that doesn't look like the studio. You know what I'm thinking? You're right, it doesn't look like the studio. You know why? Because we are on location. We're on location with a very special guest. I'm sure everyone's wondering, why would you have that kind of gear behind you? What kind of guest do you have? Well, are you ready to meet him? All right, here's our special guest coming in right now. Look. I know what you're thinking. He's taller than you, but no, I used to be this height, but you know, as you get older, you shrink. And so since I'm about 100 years older than him, I shrunk a lot. And so if this keeps up, I'll be down to here. But his name is Truly Adams. If that name rings a bell, you know why? Because he's 15 years old. Do you have a license, a driver's license?
At the moment, no, I do not have a driver's license.
Okay, so you would expect that if a person doesn't have a driver's license that he doesn't drive, right? But that's not the case. Truly Adams is a 15-year-old Formula One race car driver. You believe that? So he's going like what, 20 miles an hour on the track? What's the speed you go?
Speed is about 150, 140.
150 or 140 miles per hour.
Yep.
With no driver's license. Very interesting. And you know what we have, or who we have? We have his mother, Cara Adams. Well, as you can see, he's a little taller than her too. So I asked her here so I wouldn't feel so bad about my height. Nah, not really. But it's interesting because you're not the first generation racer in the family, are you?
No.
Who else races in your family?
Well, my father raced NASCAR for a little while.
And what's your father's name?
Troy Adams.
Troy Adams. So if you notice, I'm going to step aside for a minute. Troy Adams coaching. So that's how he got into racing. But I'm going to ask you a question because, you know, we like LeBron James has Bronny and he has Bryce. You know, and all these different athletes, they have their sons. And so it's almost like a family tradition whether you want to do it or not. Did you want to start racing or did your dad make you? Wait, disclosure. He can be honest with us. All right, go ahead.
No, I loved racing from the start. I didn't really choose. It was kind of more just I was born into it. I never really did not know about racing. It was more of, you know, as a kid at 2 years old getting in the go-kart and doing lessons, and then 4 years old I was doing my first race. So.
Wow. So has his mother, when he started racing, did you tell your husband don't make him do it, or what was that conversation when he first started at 2 years old?
It's actually really funny because Troy had always said, like, I don't want my son to race. I don't want him getting in a go-kart. I don't want him getting in a car. Like, it's a super tough sport. And so I was totally on board with that. You know, even though we owned a go-kart track, I thought, it'll be fine. And then Troy, while he was watching his son, he likes to say babysitting, but you can't babysit your own child. So while he was watching him, he would have Truly on his lap at 2 years old. And so I noticed, like, oh my God, he doesn't have a helmet on. So then I buy Truly a helmet. And so then Truly is absolutely fascinated, and he wore his helmet everywhere. He wore it in the car, like in his car seat, everywhere he went. And so when Truly turned about 4 years old, I was like, babe, we should put him in a race because Troy was the race director. We were in Santa Maria. And Troy was like, no, I don't want to start that. And I'm like, we're here. We have to try or, see if he likes it. And that is probably my fault that we are here today because he ended up placing third in his first race ever. And I think it was all over after that. He was just totally in love with the sport.
Right, because I know, because I've heard these stories about people say, oh yeah, it's just my kid was small. Every place they go, they took their basketball with them and all that. So every place he went, he took his helmet. So did people think at first when they saw you with the helmet that you were special ed?
I don't know.
Funny.
I don't know.
Because, I don't know, you're his mother, you tell me, because, like, usually a basketball you carry, but when you have a helmet, the helmet is usually on.
Yeah.
So he's wearing his helmet at 3, 4 years old every place he goes. And so people probably think, what's wrong with him? He must be special ed, and they got the helmet on so he don't bang his head, you know. And so
I don't think anybody thought that. I don't know.
I don't know.
I was too young to.
I know, but if I saw it, that's probably what. Maybe it's just me. That's what I would think. If I saw a little kid with a helmet on all the time, I was, well, maybe they're trying to keep him from getting brain damage from banging his head all the time. So it actually wasn't his father who started him. It was you.
It was me. I didn't know any better. I didn't come from racing. I had no idea how expensive the sport is. And so I just thought, it's just going to be some fun family thing that we could do over the weekend. Well, Troy said, well, since you want him to race, go grab your credit card and go register him. And so I was like, okay. And so I went to register him, and it was maybe $600 or something insane.
At 4 years old.
At 4 years old. And so I go to Troy and say, like, they're charging me $600 for a 4-year-old. Like, that's crazy. And he was like, I tried to tell you. So then I went and I found the race director, or Troy was the race director, so I found the promoter. And I'm like, I think they charged me wrong because it can't be this expensive.
Right.
And then he was like, Miss Adams, it is, but I'm going to give you a discount for this first one. And so we ended up, maybe it was a couple $100 that he ended up charging us. But I mean, I should have known that, like, that is what our future was going to look like. It is a very expensive sport.
Right, and that's another thing, because I know, like, my kids are in basketball and football, and so, you know, that stuff's expensive for this, and then, you know, as a parent, you always got to participate in fundraising. So they give the kids 20 boxes of candy, and the kids give it to you and say, Mommy and Daddy, sell this for me. Mm-hmm. You know, so now that becomes your job. So with the expense of the racing, how do you guys pay for it?
It's more reaching out to sponsors because it's a little bit more expensive than, you know, football, baseball, and stuff like that.
Right.
So we reach out to sponsors, any business owners that, you know, are looking to promote their business or something like that. Then we just reach out to them and, you know, hope they have $10,000, $50,000 that can come out their pocket to fundraise.
Wow, and they come out with that amount of money.
Yeah, luckily we've got a couple sponsors that, you know, have come out with that amount of money.
Well, see, that's a statement. Because if you weren't good at what you do, they wouldn't come out with the money, because that'd be like throwing your money down the toilet. So obviously what they're doing, it's like an investment, because they're looking at you long term, like, if he's 15 and he's doing this, just wait till he really gets in the big league. Because I know that racing, like you said, I don't watch racing, but I'm going to start watching it now. Because I notice they're just going, they're going. And so that car has to be jerking your body and slamming your body, right?
Yeah, it's a very enduring sport, and, you know, the difference between our sport and, you know, basketball, football, we don't take breaks. We're going for an hour and 30 minutes for all out, full throttle. So.
Right. So have you ever suffered any kind of body injury?
No, not really. I played, like, football. I broke both my middle fingers. Played basketball, sprained my MCL. So racing, I've only popped out a couple ribs, so not anything too bad.
No, only a couple of ribs. You're right. That's not bad. Only a couple of ribs. So when you're sitting in the car, I mean, and matter of fact, what we're going to do, we're actually going to go out to his car, but we can't go out to his car right now. You want to tell everyone why we can't go out to your car?
Well, at the moment, my car is in France for my next race in 2 weeks, so just kind of getting prepared for that one.
How many 15-year-olds, or even people, period, that you know they can say, oh no, my car's in France getting ready for my next race in 2 weeks. And he's 15 years old. And so you're going to fly over there. Are you going with him?
Yes.
Okay, so you're flying over. You get there. You get off the plane. I'm sure the media's there interviewing all the racers and all that stuff. And these guys are, oui, I'm going to race very fast. And then here you come, 15 years old, and they're looking. So they see you, they see your mom, they see your dad. And the first thing they do is go up to your dad to talk to him, right? Because naturally it couldn't be you, not the 15-year-old. Has that ever happened?
No, I've never got interviewed off the plane before. But
No? Okay, so now you got something to look forward to.
Yeah.
You know, so I have a question. You never got any, is this your first interview?
No.
Okay,
this
all right.
Is probably my, like, what, 1,000?
1,000 interview?
Yeah.
All right.
Probably about 600.
Yeah.
Okay,
Alright.
600. So,
Yeah.
but I'm not just a number. I know what you guys are
This
thinking.
is the most fun.
If he's 600, then he's just another person. No, I am Truly's friend. All right? Does that make sense to you? Truly. As a matter of fact,
I understand it.
you understand. See, look at that. He understands. I have a question with his name, Truly. How did you come up with the name Truly? I mean, I think that's the first person I ever heard of who are known named Truly.
Yes. Well, Troy and I both have marketing backgrounds.
Uh-huh.
So when we were dating, like we were sitting in a parking lot in Palm Springs, and we were like, okay, we've got really great genes. Like I was an athlete, he was an athlete. So we were like, okay, if we had a kid, like we have to name him something where the headlines would be like, is he the truth? And then we were like, oh, truth. But I'm like, I don't really like truth. And so we just kind of got to Truly. And, you know, for us, it just totally matched because it's his personality. He's like that. It's very unique. But it's for us, it was that we wanted him to have a name that could be a CEO or that could be, you know, a professional athlete. And so that's how we came up with Truly.
Ah, interesting. So is he your only child?
Yes. We gave him the option. We said, okay, we can still try to have more kids, but if we do, they're going to take half your racing budget. And he was like, that's okay. I could be an only child.
And at what point did you make that decision?
Let's see, probably
You were 6.
Yeah.
What? 6 is already like, you know, when you have kids so they can usually grow up together and play
Yeah.
with each other and
Yeah.
help each other fight at school. But at 6, by the time the other kid got in school, they didn't ever went to the same school or
That's
anything
true.
anyway.
That's
So he'd always been, he couldn't have raced anymore. You know why? He'd have been too busy protecting his younger sibling.
Yeah, he knew.
Or bullying my younger sister.
Or bullying, option A or option B.
Yeah.
Or you could have bullied him but still protect him from other bullies.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? Since we're here at the track, your car's not here. We took some shots earlier of the cars that are here. But I wanna just go out to that track. Even though there's no. And so we can see, and I want you to tell me, if you can remember, even though you were young, when you first saw the track and you first got in your car, what went through you? You know, what were you thinking? Were you thinking, man, this is what I want to do the rest of my life? Or, you know, like, what were your thoughts? All right?
Yeah.
Save it. All right, so now we're going to stop for a moment and we're going to walk out to the track and then we're going to pick it up again. All right, we'll be back in 3 minutes, starting now.
Now, the voices of KCAA with an exciting announcement.
Want to hear NBC News or KCAA anywhere you go? Well, now there's an app for that.
KCAA is celebrating 25 years and our silver anniversary with a brand new app.
The new KCAA app is now available on your smart device, cell phone, in your car, or any place.
Just search KCAA on Google Play or in the Apple Store.
One touch and you can listen on your car radio, Bluetooth device, Android Auto, or Apple CarPlay.
Catch the KCAA buzz in your earbuds or on the streets, celebrating 25 years of talk, news, and excellence with our new KCAA app.
Just do it and download it.
KCAA, celebrating 25 years.
Welcome to VIP Autos. I'm Richard Perry, and our goal is simple. Nicer cars at better prices with service you can trust. Let me show you what that means. Congratulations, this one's all yours.
Thank you, Richard. You made this so easy.
That's what we're here for. Enjoy the ride.
Will do.
At VIP Autos, we go beyond the sale. Our concierge team can arrange home delivery, pick up your trade, even schedule service for you right here on the spot. Ready to get started? You can reach me directly here in Hemet. Give me a call at 951-652-9500. That's 951-652-9500.
As a business owner, have you ever stopped to think about how much revenue you have lost over the last few years by simply you couldn't answer the phone? Imagine having an AI phone agent greet your incoming call politely, answer any questions, and book the appointments automatically into your calendar. To see this working in real time, call my AI agent and ask it any question you would ask your own employee. 818-293-4224. I am Rick with Hitmaking Marketing. Don't leave money on the table. Don't send the incoming leads to your competition down the street. Call 293-4224 and ask it any question to see if this works for your business.
Have you ever asked yourself these questions? What do I do now? Mom, she cannot take care of herself anymore. And I want to take care of her, but I can't do it all by myself. Okay, so here's the hardest question. Will Mom feel that she's being abandoned? At Encore Senior Homes, we understand these worries. We created homes for the seniors where they can feel respected and feel loved. A place where they come and they can make friends and laugh and share meals and do activities together. So the simple hope that we have is for our seniors to be happy, to feel that they belong there and feel at home. And for our family is have peace of mind. My name is JC. I'm with Encore Senior Homes. Thank you.
Why does anybody take business as a major in school? Because they don't know what they want to do when they grow up.
This is a must event that you should always come to.
You can create a legacy of this business that can be passed down. And I've worked with many husband and wife and partners who want to do something together.
We want to keep families here. We want to keep our diversity. We want to keep San Diego being a thriving area.
I am so happy and grateful now that peace comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. These things work, by the way, and they are activated by belief.
I am very grateful because we put a lot of hard work to put this together for you, because we know that part of what we need to do is make good decisions for your real estate investing.
I was glad to see Marie and get to enjoy this experience with the speakers that were here to help educate and network and learn some new things.
It's not just about making money, it's about how can we work together as a team, as part of the community. A lot of tears, a lot of heartache. And what that does, it reminds me, is if you don't establish your legacy, someone else will.
So I'm a safe money strategist, and I look at protection of assets. There's three things that I see: protection of assets from catastrophic illness, long-term care, the Great Recession, and making sure your money pays you for life. How about tax-free?
It was fabulous. There was enough information from a whole array of people that could give you everything that you need to know from a lot of levels in real estate investing. But there was more, and we had a fabulous encounter with Glenn Moschauer, who had the whole room doing some brain exercises and things that by the time we all finished up, we were all blissed out and happy.
This is peer-to-peer kind of mastermind style sessions that we do.
I work with, and the people that work with me, work with private placements. We're getting families into homes. We work with an agency out of San Leandro, California called Building Futures with Women and Children.
In commercial, it's very important that you read your agreement.
I was in the lending industry before I started introduced real estate, and I really embraced both as my own, and it really helped with my branding to make it more about me and what I could provide for my clients.
So I'm talking to builders and developers, and after we go through the this is why you want to buy our property, and let's talk about pricing, and let's talk about timing, then we ask, so from where you're sitting, what does it look like?
Your network is your net worth.
As a franchisee, you've got a $60,000 franchise fee. There's a 2-trailer minimum, so it's an under $200,000 to open your doors.
Usually at the 3 to 5 year mark, we refinance, and we're able to return most or all of the initial investment to our partners and investors.
And with the networking that I've learned, I've got other opportunities.
So book it in your calendar for the next day of this event here. What we were able to learn about syndication, we were able to learn about architect, we were able to learn about self-storage and really how to make money on that. And most of all, we were able to learn about trust, wills, and estate planning made easy, and how you can separate your business by utilizing trust.
Because what I'm doing is I'm allowing you to remember that you are living and moving and having your being within a spectacular system. Life knows what it's doing.
All right, welcome back to the E Factor Radio Show. I'm your host, Cornelius Bryan, with our special guest, Truly Adams. And Truly, when we left off before we went to commercial, we were talking about your first time you raced and how you felt about it. And I made a mistake earlier. I said Formula 1. It's actually Formula 4, correct? All right, so let's run through it. Just walk us through. Here's the track. Your first time on it. I'm gonna let you tell the story.
Yeah,
You
really.
Take the mic.
Really, it was. It's hard to remember because I was so young, but I didn't really think about it too much. I was just like, I'm just gonna drive, go as fast as I can, and have some fun with it. And then went a little too fast, so then they had to slow me down. But it was a memorable day. To be honest, I don't remember much of it. I only remember me screaming because I was having so much fun. So.
Wow. Okay, so take us through your history. You started off with the little car, so take us through go-cars and how you got to where you are now.
Yeah, so go-karting, my first race, I finished third, so which isn't too bad on the podium. And then after that, really started just racing club races around here. A lot of races that are
That's here in
on
Riverside.
track. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And then once I moved into the 10, 9-year-old range, started going nationally. So I started racing I raced in Utah, Indiana, Florida, a lot of those races, and won a couple of those ones. And then we decided to go to Europe. So I went to Spain, went to Portugal, we went to a couple cool places, Italy, and so won a lot of races out there, which was a lot of fun. And then we got the call to go run feed in France, and then we ended up running that, finishing third in the F4 program. And then this year we decided to kind of go out there and race. So in a couple weeks we're going to go out there and race a Formula 4 car.
Okay, so when you racing, like you say, they call you to come here and come there. So when they see you race, do the sponsors call you, or who called you to come out to?
Yeah, most teams call you. So sponsors,
Okay.
you call them most of the time. And unless you're in Formula 2, Formula 1, you can, they sometimes call you. But in Formula 4, you mostly call the sponsors. The teams will reach out to you and say, hey, we have a spot open. We really like how you're driving, fits our team and stuff like that. But you need 300,000, but you need, 400,000, but we'll give you a good price for 300.
Wow. And you're not saying $30 or 300, you're saying 300,000.
Yep.
Wow, that's expensive.
And it gets more expensive the better you get.
The better you get. But then eventually the sponsors will start taking care of that, and then do you get paid?
You don't really get paid until
Uh-huh.
Formula 1.
Right.
So you can get endorsements in Formula 2 and Formula 3, but you really are paying. And then in Formula 1 you start getting paid. The lowest, your first contract's probably the lowest you'll get is $1 million.
Wow.
And then it's up to 70.
70 million. Win or lose.
Win or lose.
Wow. So this is an investment. So when you're doing all this racing, I know that takes a lot of time. What do you do for school?
I'm fully online. So
Online?
Yep, online. I do homework on the daily, on and off the track. So it depends if I'm in France, just got to get some internet and you do it out there. And then when I'm home, I just do it at home or do it at the track, whatever I got to do to get it done.
Okay, so what's your favorite subject?
Ooh, probably my favorite subject is probably math.
Math?
Yeah.
That way you can be able to count those millions.
Exactly.
Right. It's funny, it's almost like your life is, I can compare that to kid actors, because when they're always going around the world filming and different stuff, they do school online. And so your life is almost similar to that. And so what do you do for your personal enjoyment? Because you're always doing this.
Yeah, my personal enjoyment is more or less airsoft. We've got very into airsofting. Golf is one of the things I like to do, and shoot regular guns. Those are the kind of three things I do off the track.
So all physical things that can release energy and pressure.
Yeah. A lot of it is that just having fun with your buddies.
Right. So what do you golf at?
Everywhere. I've golfed in France. I've golfed at the PGA course, PGA West out here, and then we have the best course in California is Oak Quarry, or you have a couple different courses out here that are really, really nice. So I'm lucky enough, I live 5 minutes away from Oak Quarry, so I can go out there and have some fun.
Wow. You golf around the world at 15. Do you know how many golfers dream that they can go to those different courses and golf?
Yeah, no, it's amazing. You know, especially if you get to do it with your friends. You all go out there, play some paddle, go play some golf. It's amazing.
Wow. See, I'm going to join Truly's friend list so I can learn how to play golf. Well, you know what? We're in Southern California and it's kind of warm out here. So what we're going to do, we're going to take another commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to go back inside because we have another treat for you. So this is the Renaissance Man with the E Factor Radio Show. I'm your host, Cornelius Bryant. Special guest, Truly Adams. We'll be back in 3 minutes, or we'll be back in some minutes or seconds.
Now, the voices of KCAA with an exciting announcement.
Want to hear NBC News or KCAA anywhere you go? Well, now there's an app for that.
KCAA is celebrating 25 years and our silver anniversary with a brand new app.
The new KCAA app is now available on your smart device, cell phone, in your car, or any place.
Just search KCAA on Google Play or in the Apple Store.
One touch and you can listen on your car radio, Bluetooth device, Android Auto, or Apple CarPlay.
Catch the KCAA buzz in your earbuds or on the streets, celebrating 25 years of talk, news, and excellence with our new KCAA app.
Just do it and download it. KCAA, celebrating 25 years.
Welcome to VIP Autos. I'm Richard Perry, and our goal is simple. Nicer cars at better prices with service you can trust. Let me show you what that means. Congratulations, this one's all yours.
Thank you, Richard. You made this so easy.
That's what we're here for. Enjoy the ride.
Will do.
At VIP Autos, we go beyond the sale. Our concierge team can arrange home delivery, pick up your trade, even schedule service for you right here on the spot. Ready to get started? You can reach me directly here in Hemet. Give me a call at 951-652-9500. That's 951-652-9500.
As a business owner, have you ever stopped to think about how much revenue every year you miss out on by simply not being able to pick up the phone while helping other customers? Imagine having a phone agent greet all incoming calls politely, book all your appointments, clients, customers, and patients straight into your calendar to never miss a lead. Call my agent and see what it can do. 818-293-4224 and ask it any question you would ask a new employee. 818-293-4224. I'm Rick with Hitmaking Marketing.
Have you ever asked yourself these questions? What do I do now? Mom, she cannot take care of herself anymore. And I want to take care of her, but I can't do it all by myself. Okay, so here's the hardest question. Will mom feel that she's being abandoned? At Encore Senior Homes, we understand these worries. We create a home for the seniors where they can feel respected and feel loved. A place where they come and they can make friends and laugh and share meals and do activities together. So the simple hope that we have is for our seniors to be happy, to feel that they belong there and feel at home. And for our family is have peace of mind. My name is JC. I'm with Encore Senior Homes. Thank you.
Why does anybody take business as a major in school? Because they don't know what they want to do when they grow up.
This is a must event that you should always come to.
You can create a legacy of this business that can be passed down. And I've worked with many husband and wife and partners who want to do something together.
We want to keep families here. We want to keep our diversity. We want to keep San Diego being a thriving area.
I am so happy and grateful now that peace comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. These things work, by the way, and they are activated by belief.
I am very grateful because we put a lot of hard work to put this together for you, because we know that part of what we need to do is make good decisions for your real estate investing.
I was glad to see Marie and get to enjoy this experience with the speakers that were here to help educate and network and learn some new things.
It's not just about making money, it's about how can we work together as a team, as part of the community.
A lot of tears, a lot of heartache. And what that does, it reminds me, is
If you don't establish your legacy, someone else will.
So I'm a safe money strategist, and I look at protection of assets. There's three things that I see: protection of assets from catastrophic illness, long-term care, the Great Recession, and making sure your money pays you for life. How about tax-free?
It was fabulous. There was enough information from a whole array of people that could give you everything that you need to know from a lot of levels in real estate investing. But there was more, and we had a fabulous encounter with Glenn Moschauer, who had the whole room doing some brain exercises and things that by the time we all finished up, we were all blissed out and happy.
This is peer-to-peer kind of mastermind style sessions that we do. I work with, and the people that work with me work with private placements. We're getting families into homes. We work with an agency out of San Leandro, California called Building Futures with Women and Children.
In commercial, it's very important that you read your agreement.
I was in the lending industry before I sort of introduced real estate, and I really embraced both as my own, and it really helped with my branding to make it more about me and what I could provide for my clients.
So I'm talking to builders and developers, and after we go through the this is why you want to buy our property, and let's talk about pricing, and let's talk about timing, then we ask, so from where you're sitting, what does it look like?
Your network is your net worth.
As a franchisee, you've got a $60,000 franchise fee. There's a 2-trailer minimum, so it's an under $200,000 to open your doors.
Usually at the 3 to 5 year mark, we refinance, and we're able to return most or all of the initial investment to our partners and investors.
And with the networking that I've learned, I've got other opportunities.
So book it in your calendar for the next day that this event here. What we were able to learn about syndication, we were able to learn about architect, we were able to learn about self-storage and really how to make money on that. And most of all, we were able to learn about trust, wills, and estate planning made easy, and how you can separate your business by utilizing trust.
Because what I'm doing is I'm allowing you to remember that you are living and moving and having your being within a spectacular system. Life knows what it's doing.
All right, welcome back to the E Factor Radio Show. And here we are again. Truly Adams, race car driver. His mother, Kira Adams. Kara Adams. See, you know, it's funny that it's such a simple name, but I keep messing up.
Kara Adams. Yes.
Kara Adams. Okay. All right. I'm gonna say it wrong in another minute. So, but we're back, and we were outside talking, and we looked at the track, and so we were already thinking about Truly's future. And so what we decided, see, because now we're almost like really good friends, that after his racing career is over, he's going to become a racing commentator. And so, you know, he's looking forward to it. He's already golfed around the world and all that stuff, so he has these special connections. But here we go. We have another surprise for you. Come in, sir. And we have here the man, the myth, the legend himself, Troy Adams. How you doing, Troy?
Good, yourself?
Good, good, good. So now, this is the family unit right here. All right? Now, we were listening to the story because usually it's the father who always wants his son to do whatever it is he does, basketball, football, whatever. But she told us that you were against it, and it was actually her idea.
Yeah, 100%. You know, one of the things that growing up in the business, I understood how hard it was going to be. I knew also, you know, what the costs are. And for me, racing has always been the passion for the family, but it's always been business. But on the flip side, at the end of the day, it's something that Truly wanted to do, and he's been passionate about it, and he's been extremely good at it, and so it's my job just to support it.
Right. So I have a question for you. How did you get into racing?
You know, I got into racing because it was a family business. You know, my grandparents built the track, and my aunts and uncles, you know, as family members, we worked the track so that my grandparents wouldn't have to work. And so for me, it was just, it was always a business side. I always tell people when you own an amusement park, you don't enjoy the rides. And so, right. Yes, I was blessed to be able to race, but for years it was always about working so my grandparents wouldn't have to.
Wow, so he's a third generation racer.
Yeah.
And I can say this because I'm black. how often, because I'm not a race fan, I told them that already.
Yeah.
So I've never raced, so I don't know how many black racers there are, anything like that. But that's just something I never thought of as a hobby or a profession, is being a racer. So this is truly a unique experience to meet someone that's only a racer, but third generation racer, whether you are working or not. That's great. Congratulations.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right. And so now you said something that's very important. You kept saying something about the cost, and it was work for you. So everything has a good side and a bad side. So now let's talk about some of the costs, because if you're doing all these races and all that stuff, there has to be a way to pay for it. And so who wants to talk about the payment part?
Sure, I'll talk about it.
I'm going to give you the mic because I want to make sure everyone hears this. Because when people see this, they're going to be thinking, oh, I like to drive go-karts, or I like to do this. So I'm going to be like Truly, I'm going to become a racer. And so we need to let's know what's involved in it.
Yeah, so racing is probably the most expensive sport in the world, because racing for me in Formula 4 is just costing $800,000 a year. And we have to find sponsors, donors, all that stuff to help us, get funded our racing. So it's very hard to get $800,000 because we don't have it, and we have to find people to donate to us.
Okay, just real quick, because I know earlier we had said about you being a Formula 1 racer, but I was incorrect. You're a Formula 4 racer. So can you really quick take us through the steps? Like, how do you get to each one, and what's the difference?
Oh yeah, so karting is the start of it. It's anyone can do it. It's still right now anywhere from
15.
15,000 to some people are spending 300, which I just that's a lot for karting.
That's a low end, huh?
Yeah, 15,000. I mean, you can do beginning stages in the karting. You can get in at $15,000, run a local level program like we have here. And then, yes, as you graduate up, if you're traveling to national, you're traveling international, that's when it gets very expensive.
And then you have Formula 4, which is $800,000 a year.
And if we break down what that looks like, typically you'll race with a team. And so the team might charge you $400,000 or $500,000 to race, to use their car, to use their mechanics, to use their data, to use their staff. And then you also have to pay for training. And so training and testing is going to be another couple $100,000. And then you also have to pay for travel and to get there and, to stay. And so for an American to go over, the things that you don't think about is the conversion rate. It's dollars to euro.
Oh, right. And euros are much more.
Yes. So, it might cost, someone in Europe call it $700, it's going to cost us $1,000 to go over there. And then they have VAT, and so we have to pay 20% tax on top of that. And so there's all these charges that you don't think about, which I think is another reason why it's harder for Americans to get to Europe. And so we're only talking about one level, 1 year, which is Formula 4. But to get all the way from Formula 4 to Formula 1, now you're looking at anywhere from 7.5 million to 15 million, depending on if you're supported by a driver development program, or if you're a privateer, kind of paying for everything out of your pocket.
Yeah.
So for us, community is so important because, we don't want money to be the reason why he doesn't or isn't able to achieve his dream.
Wow, that's great. Because when you talk about all these different monies and all that stuff, so at 15, if you're investing this kind of money, then you're truly, I'm using the word, truly have intentions on being professional, right? And so everybody's thinking, wow, that's a lot of money, So let's go on that other side of that. If you become this professional driver, or when you become this professional driver, what's your salary is going to look like? So how is all this investment going to come back?
Well, it all depends on how good you are. Like the best driver right now in Formula 1 is making $70 million a year just from the team itself, not from, personal deals he does or in the back end of, endorsements and stuff like that. And even your starting salary first year in Formula 1 is $1 million. So.
Wow. And so that means that you race your first year, you're good. You get more races, you're better. you get better and better, and then you get the best races. So over a period of 10, 15 years, you can easily make maybe $800-900 million, including all the what do you call it? The endorsements and all that, and sponsorships.
Yeah, easily you can make that much. All it is you just got to be really good.
Okay, so I'm assuming your plan is to be really good because you're good now.
Yeah, all you got to do is just work hard, and all I have to do is lose a little weight. So it's not that hard.
Lose weight. I mean, where are you gonna lose it at? Your feet? I mean, you look thin and fit to me. Well, let me suck it in. You look thin and fit to me already. What's your weight?
I weigh right
No.
now. What?
No.
What?
Yeah, we're not going to say the exact amount you weigh.
No.
but-
You don't have to say that. But I'm just saying because a lot of people don't realize. Here's the thing: a lot of people don't realize the work and the sacrifice that goes into profession.
Yeah.
Like they talk about LeBron James. He needs to retire. But if you ever played basketball for one day, you realize how hard it is.
Yes.
And to play at that age, at that level, to keep in shape and do these things at that age, it's just a miracle. And so even at I don't know what your age is or your weight goal is, but if you're doing good like this already, what we want to do is I want to stay in touch with you.
Yes.
So let me ask you a question. You say that you get sponsored and all that stuff. So if people are watching and they actually say, you know what, I'd like to help that young man out. I'd like to help this family out, because it's rare, and especially at this age, to be so focused. Because when I was 15, I wasn't focused, but we won't go into that, but we're going to stick with you. To be focused and all the sacrifices that you make, because I know you make a lot of sacrifices. Like you even talk about now, I didn't ask you, you talk about weight and all these different things. And I know when you're in that car, you're going around and around and around and around, and you're not getting out. So you're in the car, an hour and a half minimum, and you don't get out and take a break, no stretching. And so that sacrifice, because now you got to train your body to stay in that car. And when you get older, you're like, okay, it's been 10 minutes. I got to go to the bathroom. I can't be in the car any longer. So that's a lot of work. And so for our people listening out there, since you're the money person, who's the money person?
You're right. You're right.
We're going to hand you the mic. And so you can give our audience a little information about what it is that you do here, because we're at the track. If you saw some of the previous footage, you saw the racetrack and the cars and all that stuff. So I'll let you tell us about the financial part. And if you want, Troy, you can tell us about if somebody want to come here, like they have groups or anything like that, what it is that you do and how, they can come and help you do that. Not only that, I don't know if you notice, like a lot of people have small kids. And they're looking for something for their kids to do because they can't play soccer, they're not athletic. They can't play basketball because they whine too much. They can't play football because they don't want to get hit. So what else is there? They may say, hey, you know what? I want to be a driver, because they used to scooting around in their little car at home. So just give us some information about how those things work and how they can reach you.
Perfect.
Okay, so I'll start with the money part. So if you're interested in donating to Truly, you would go to www.trulythetruth.com and you'll find his donate page. We also have a GoFundMe, and you just look it up by Truly Adams and you'll find him on the GoFundMe page. And we're constantly, looking for sponsors, donors, investors to help us get Truly to the next phase of his racing.
Yeah, and then as far as getting involved with racing, the biggest thing is with karting. You want to start out, we're right here at Adams Motorsports Park. We have our Troy Adams coaching program where we teach young people as well as old how to get into the sport, how to enjoy the sport, and more importantly, again, all the steps it takes to get, whether it's Formula One, NASCAR, sports car, IndyCar. We have drivers that have made it from, again, our grassroots program all the way to what we call the
Promised Land.
The Promised Land. So that's how we get involved. That's how you get involved with racing, not just in karting, but again, all the other different programs that there is in motorsports.
Can you explain something? What is karting? I've heard you say that several times. What does karting mean?
So karting basically is a go-kart. A lot of people look at go-karts as your mom and pop, the old backyard sport, but it's not. It is the proving grounds and the training grounds for motorsports, whether again it's IndyCar, NASCAR, Formula One, most people will start out in karting or go-karting. I mean, there's local races all over the country, but we have one of the top driver development programs in the country.
Right, because I know earlier when you were saying when you came up with Truly's name, you were in
Palm Springs.
Palm Springs.
Yeah.
When you came up with the name and all that. So what areas are the races held? Like, the tracks are Santa Barbara, Palm Springs.
No.
Do you ever have them here?
Yeah, so we have a local club here.
Okay.
That's done once a month. And then we also travel to different areas, Texas, the Midwest, all throughout the Midwest, all throughout Texas, South Florida. So there's tracks all over the country. But we'll develop majority of the drivers here and then, again, travel to different states and or to different countries. So Truly's two-time world champion out of Spain. We've won go-kart races in Italy, France, and now we're moving to the Formula 4 stuff.
Wow. So when you go in those different countries, when you mention his name, people in the racing circuit knows him.
Yes, 100%.
Wow.
So he's done extremely a good job at kind of his position in motorsports in different areas all over the world.
So I'm actually standing next to two legends and a boss.
She's the boss. I just work here. I just work here. I just put in the support.
That's great. But for our audience, can you give us the address to your location?
Sure. We are located at 5292 24th Street in Riverside, California. And our website is Adams Motorsports Park. And then Troy, he's actually one of the best driver development coaches in the world. And we have people come over all over the world to work with him and to be trained by him. And his website is troyadamscoaching.com.
All right. And that's just the Renaissance Man. And my address is info@therenaissanceman.es. And I'm here with these great people. And I'd like to say thank you, audience. And if you're interested, you remember the information. And this will be on YouTube, too. So if there's something you didn't catch, you just go to YouTube and catch it. All right. Thanks again. This is the E-Factor Radio Show. We'll see you next time. Have a good day. Everybody wave bye. Right. Let the music play.
And now, the voices of KCAA with an exciting announcement.
Want to hear NBC News or KCAA anywhere you go? Well, now there's an app for that.
KCAA is celebrating 25 years and our silver anniversary with a brand new app.
The new KCAA app is now available on your smart device, cell phone, in your car, or any place.
Just search KCAA on Google Play or in the Apple Store.
One touch and you can listen on your car radio, Bluetooth device, Android Auto, or Apple CarPlay.
Catch the KCAA buzz in your earbuds or on the streets, celebrating 25 years of talk, news, and excellence with our new KCAA app.
Just do it and download it.
KCAA, celebrating 25 years.
Welcome to VIP Autos. I'm Richard Perry, and our goal is simple. Nicer cars at better prices with service you can trust. Let me show you what that means.
Hey.
Congratulations, this one's all yours.
Thank you, Richard. You made this so easy.
That's what we're here for. Enjoy the ride.
Will do.
At VIP Autos, we go beyond the sale. Our concierge team can arrange home delivery, pick up your trade, even schedule service for you right here on the spot. Ready to get started? You can reach me directly here in Hemet. Give me a call at 951-652-9500. That's 951-652-9500. We'll see you soon.
As a business owner, have you ever stopped to think about how much revenue every year you miss out on by simply not being able to pick up the phone while helping other customers? Imagine having a phone agent greet all incoming calls politely, book all your appointments, clients, customers, and patients straight into your calendar to never miss a lead. Call my agent and see what it can do. 818-293-4224 and ask it any question you would ask a new employee. 818-293-4224. I'm Rick with Hitmaking Marketing.
Have you ever asked yourself these questions? What do I do now? Mom, she cannot take care of herself anymore. And I want to take care of her, but I can't do it all by myself. Okay, so here's the hardest question. Will Mom feel that she's being abandoned? At Encore Senior Homes, we understand these worries. We create homes for the seniors where they can feel respected and feel loved. A place where they come and they can make friends and laugh and share meals and do activities together. So the simple hope that we have is for our seniors to be happy, to feel that they belong there and feel at home. And for our family is have peace of mind. My name is JC. I'm with Encore Senior Homes. Thank you.